Today marked the 99th edition of the Brussels Cycling Classic, one of the oldest one-day races in the world, having started as Paris-Brussels in 1893. These days the race takes place entirely in Belgium, heads south from Brussels to the furthest point in Equasine before looping back northwards towards the finish line in northwest Brussels. This race traditionally is one for the sprinters, but they do have to deal with 12 climbs along the 191km route. Amongst those present today were last year's winner Ackermann of Bora Hansgrohe, Arnaud Demar, Caleb Ewan, Alexander Kristoff, and the runner-up here last year, Jasper Stuyven of Trek Segafredo. Former pro Scott Sunderland waved the flag to get underway this morning. The attack soon started flying. Astana, Sunweb and Cofidis to the fore, but none of their riders make up the breakaway in the end. We initially had 10 up there, but it was down to 6 with 80k's to go. 2 from Roompot, Elmer Riders and Oscar Riesebeek, Etienne Van Empel of Neri Sotoli, Clement Carissi of Israel Cycling Academy, Gauthier of Vital Concepts and Ludovic Rabit of Wallonie-Bruxelles. Their gap had come right down a few kilometres later though, and we had fresh attacks from the peloton, Chris Juhl Jensen and Laurens de Vries amongst those in this counter move. And it did put a little bit more pressure on the likes of Lotto Soudal, Bora Hansgrohe and De Koning Quickstep, who were controlling the peloton behind. Those two front groups soon came together, but their advantage was never huge. The bunch basically realising the danger of such a large group, and with 35 kilometres to go, that had come down to a very manageable 45 seconds. Take a look at this rider here on the left-hand side, going up the cycle path, realising he'd gone the wrong way. That's it, turn around. The weather by this point had taken a distinct turn for the worse. 13 kilometres before the finish line and the bunch had their prey in sight, the inevitable catch coming just a few hundred metres later. And so we had our expected bunch sprint. Bora Hansgrohe taking control of the lead out, but they dropped off Ackermann just a little bit earlier than he would have liked. He was forced to kick with well over 200 metres to go on the slight uphill drag to the line, but he was looking strong. Stuyven, Philipsen, Demar and Ballerini were also right there though, but so too was Caleb Ewan. As the 6 riders all threw their bites towards the line, it was the Australian who managed to pip everyone else to take his 10th win of the season. In the end, by a reasonably comfortable half a wheel.
Yeah, I crossed the line and I didn't know if I had won or not, but yeah, it was really close I think with a lot of guys in the end, but I didn't actually feel so good, and it's actually a really hard run up into the line, you know, and yeah, luckily I just had that little bit extra in the end, and I could yeah, sprint the last 100 meters pretty well.
And so Ewan adds his name to a list of winners that includes the likes of Bonen, McEwen, Martins and Merckx, amongst many others. Last year's winner Ackermann had to settle for 2nd place in the end of the day, whilst Jasper Philipsen of UAE Team Emirates could be satisfied with 3rd. And here's the top 10. Ballerini in 4th, last year's runner-up Stuyven in 5th there, Demar in 6th, Kristoff, teammate of Philipsen, in 7th place. See you soon.